I think I might have found a laser engravable material that's gonna take my keychains to the next level. What is up, cupcakes? I'm Nick, and this is Build Dad Build, a place where all work and no play makes Nick a dull boy. Does it sound like I said doughboy? I feel like it sounded like I said doughboy. As many of you already know, I have an Etsy business where I sell keychains. And in the past, I've made those keychains out of this material, which is thin. This is a laser engravable plastic. It's 2-ply, so it's red, it engraves white. But like I said, it's thin, and due to its thickness, what I've done in the past is I've cut 2 sides and then laminated them together into a single keychain. The new material that I've come across is a 3-ply laser engravable plastic that has red on the top and the bottom, white in the middle, and you can engrave both sides. And the material is already an 1/8 of an inch thick, so she already thick, boy. The material is called Rowmark Laser Max, and it's by Johnson Plastics Plus, or JPPlus, or JPPlus. I can never remember. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. I've been wanting to go through and do some redesigns on my keychains anyway, and I think using this material is just gonna make my life a lot easier. I don't have to cut 2 pieces and laminate them together, so I don't have that little seam there. I don't know if you can see it. And it will also save me time, because when I laminate those 2 sheets together, they have to sit, they have to dry, all that good stuff. And I think it just makes a more solid keychain. Let's head up to the office and redesign the Shining inspired keychain, and then we'll come back to the shop and put the Rowmark Laser Max through its paces. We kick the tires on it, if you know what I mean. We'll kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
Okay, so I'm in Etsy. I'm just gonna run to my listings real quick. As you can see, I don't have very many up because some of them are sold out. And the reason I've let some of them sell out is because I do wanna redesign them. So I was just kind of running through remaining stock. So we're gonna be redoing the Overlook keychain here. Currently looks like this, but we're gonna do it a little better. So I'm gonna hop into LightBurn and let's make a keychain, kids. The keychains were originally 1.25 by 3.5. We're gonna keep them like this, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna round the corners because they're just a little pokey. Okay, so we're just gonna come over to shape properties and we're gonna go to corner. Oh, not that much. We're going to just round them about 1.25. Next, we want the hole, so we're going to make a circle. And I found that 0.2 is about what we want. And I always just line it up to center. And then from there, I'm going to tap this down, probably about just about there. You want to make sure that you have enough here that the keychain's not going to break. And jump over here and look at the original one. We've got room number 237. So let's go into our new window, room, room, and we're just going to do an N because I know it's going to be wonky on us. Bring this over here, put this on a layer that we can see, hopefully. Do I not have show fill on? Okay, so if you select fill and it doesn't fill it, come on up to display and click this button, and then you'll see it. I don't remember what font I used originally, but what I want to use is Gill Sans. And what this is just a nod to one of the fonts that they used for like the credits and things in the opening of the movie, and the fonts used throughout the movie. And then of course we're going to break that down. We're going to make it so it will fit. I want it to be about like that. I'm going to punch in a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'll make a little O. Do a little O. LightBurn does not have an underline feature. So what I'm going to do is I'll make a little rectangle here so I can try to gauge the same width as the actual ladder. Yeah, that looks about right. So we're going to take these 2 and we are going to center them to each other. Toot. And then we're going to group them, bring them over here, and then decide kind of what size we want them. Right about like that. And look at how far away the letters are over here. That looks about right. And then I'm going to take these 2, and what I want to do is line top. Now we're going to group these guys and center them to the piece. All right, next we want the room number. The room number is 237. That is awfully small compared to everything else. So let's Go ahead and bring that up. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? We're gonna center this again. All right, and so far, I dig the way that looks. Hooty hoop. Before, what I had done is I'd made two sides to the keychain because I was gonna make two pieces and laminate them together. But now what we're gonna do is we're going to engrave, and then we're gonna flip the material and the laser and just engrave on the back of it. But to kind of visualize this better, I'm gonna turn this like this, bring it over here. Okay, I think I want the overlook to be a separate text piece for now, just in case we want to kind of play with it and make it a little bit more prominent. So I dig the way this looks, but the overlook definitely has to be the larger portion of this. So we're going to bring this down a little bit and put that under here. So we think about that. So the phone number itself is a subtle nod, whether people will get it or not. So 303 is a Colorado area code, and that is the area code of the hotel where the movie was shot. 237, of course, is the room number, and then 1980 or 1980 is the year of the movie's release. And now we just want to see how they look, or how this looks, I guess, on the actual keychain. And then we're going to center these guys to each other, vertical center. That looks pretty good. And then old school keychains like this used to have a fixed stamp here. Or like if you wanted to send it back to the hotel, you could just literally put a stamp on there and send it back. So we're going to go ahead and make a box. And then we're going to offset that box by, we're going to bring this up here. We do not want a round. We want corners. We want to go inward, and we don't want it that big. Oops. More like, let's go 5. We're going to use our Boolean tools. We're going to come over here and we're going to open the Boolean assistant. This is just so you guys know which one's going to do which. Since there's 2 squares there, if you keep it like it is, it's just going to do the one solid square, and you're not going to see anything inside of it. So if you come into the Boolean assistant, if you don't know which things to use, if you use union, it's going to make it a green square. If you use intersect, it's going to take that outside off. If you subtract, it's going to do the inside. And if you do subtract B to A, I think it's going to do the same thing. So we want to do this. So now we have our box, and we're going to come in here and we're going to type affix stamp here. I'm going to take this, we're going to bring it down here. That is too big for that. I'm going to make it smaller. But I don't know, I want to see if I like this font first. So we definitely don't want Gil Sans. What do you think? I kind of like that. All right, let's go with this. Let's make this a little bigger. We're going to put this in the center of this. And then I think we want to move this, remove these words out a little bit, bring it in. Align it again. We're going to take this guy and we're going to grab it just a little bigger. I don't know if I can make this, can I make that bold? So do we like that bold? I think I like it bold actually. Take these guys, group them. Now I want to center to this. Horizontal. This will be what both sides of the keychain look like. However, what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, well, and this guy here. Let's just make this all one thing. Group it. And then I'm going to move it, I'm going to put this on another layer, and I'm going to make that a fill layer as too. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put it on top of this. We're going to center it to it. Because the way we're going to do is we're going to engrave this side, cut it. I'm going to reach in physically, pick the piece of material up, flip it over, and then we're going to switch from that one to this one. And we're going to engrave this on the back. So these two fill settings, they're going to have the same settings, but we put them on different layers so we can call one without calling the other.
All right, now that we got that redesigned, let's head on over to the AP Laser SN4024 and get this party started. Okay, we're out in the shop. And let's see, we're gonna run the overlook side first, I guess. Actually, let's run the room number side first. So I'm just going to turn off the output on the other side.
Okay, we're gonna run a frame. Looks good.
All right, that was my fault. As I was getting ready to change out the engrave for the other side, I accidentally hit the space bar, which instigated another run. So we just did another one. All right, so that's it before we get it cleaned up. And the reason and solution for all problems, alcohol. All right, so it looks pretty good except for this. But I'm getting a little flashback. The smart thing to do to mitigate any sort of flashback on the back of the material is to leave the protective sheet that they have on there. But like an idiot, I already took that off.
This is me just running a different keychain, but the reason I did that is to show you something.
In a pinch, what I use is butcher paper. It's not magic. Any sort of paper probably would do. This stuff is just cheap. I have it, and it's gonna keep you from getting any little nasties on the back of the material that you're working on. Now keep in mind, it is paper, so make sure to babysit your machine. You should be watching your machine when it's cutting anyway. If your settings aren't right, this will catch on fire, so just be careful about that. But if you dial it in right, you should be good, and you get rid of those little nasties. It works in a pinch if you're like me and you're just an idiot and forget and take the protective sheeting off of your material before you go to laser engrave it. So here's the new keychain. Here's the new keychain. There's the old keychain. I just like, even the color is better. Like this red is just, I don't know, it's better than this red. But this one's laminated, this one's not, it's one piece. And I don't know. It just looks better. Guys, I cannot tell you how stoked I am about this redesign, and I'm really impressed with the Romark Laser Max, how it engraved, how it cut, how it feels even. It just feels a little bit more solid. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you dare. And if you want to see more product redesigns or designs for that matter, leave it in the comments down below. Now, all work and no play makes Daddy out.